Welcome back to the Westmoreland Sports Network for our Recruiting Thursday feature, brought to you by Sendell Volkswagen in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. Jack Ridenour here with you today, and we are now joined by current Greater Latrobe football player and recent Marshall football commit, John Wetzel. John, first off, congrats on your commitment, my friend. How exciting has it been knowing that, obviously you've made this decision, but you now know where your football career will be continuing after?
Thank you. It's really exciting. It's also relieving too.
So I want to get into that point. You mentioned the relief, if you will. I mean, what was it about Marshall? What was it about the program? And also, kind of on top of all of that, how important was it for you to commit before your senior year?
Um, well, that last part is definitely very important. I mean, I've been telling my coaches and my parents and everybody that that's when I wanted to commit. It was definitely before my senior year because I really want to focus on this year more than anything. And what put Marshall on the top for me was the coaches and just head coach, my position coach, defense coordinator, all that. And the defense just really fits me. So I think it's gonna be a really good fit.
What were some other schools that were looking at you and recruiting you? I know that you had a lot of offers on the table. What were those schools?
Uh, all of them. Delaware, Eastern Michigan, Marshall, Cincinnati, West Virginia, a lot of other schools.
So with having all of this attention around you, I mean, what was that like? Was there ever a point where, maybe it got a little overwhelming having so many coaches reaching out?
Absolutely. It definitely got hectic for me. And there was like a day there where I was a little frustrated. It was just hard to like keep up with all of it. But Coach Brady told me, thanks, Coach Back, I missed like somebody's text or anything like that. And my dad told me, my coaches told me, I mean, you only go through it once, and a lot of kids will want to be in the shoes that you're in. So after that, kind of started to enjoy it a lot more.
It's kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid. You don't want to do it, but once you do it, you feel a lot better. And like you said, I mean, there's probably a lot of times where you were just scratching your head like, how am I going to get this all done? But you got to the finish line, and you obviously now know where you'll be continuing your football career. I want to get into Marshall a little bit because I know that there's a coach on the staff, Bob Shoop, if I'm not mistaken. He's a local from Pittsburgh, an Oakmont native. How much did that play a part into wanting to go there? And just talk a little bit about the connection that you have with him, both being from the Pittsburgh area.
I think one of I have one of my best relationships with any coach is with him. He's just a great coach. And I mean, it's not like we text each other every day to like keep in tabs about our lives or whatever. It's just more football related, and I like it a lot. It's a great football relationship. He's just a really good coach. He's coached at every level pretty much, and he knows what he's talking about.
Well, I also want to touch on obviously NIL stuff because you're entering into that world, and with football, that is a ginormous piece of this all. So, how much, or really maybe what is going to happen with NIL? Have you had any conversations about what that looks like? And is that something that is in the back of your head at all once you make it to college?
I mean, obviously, it's definitely not high up on my list on what's important to me when going to college. I mean, obviously, I got to go there and I got to work hard to get into a position where I'm going to be playing a lot. But I mean, it's definitely going to play a factor. I talked about it with the coaches and whoever at Marshall, and so they have a pretty good plan there. So it should be good.
And I know that you'll be obviously playing on the defensive side of the ball, but you do have a history being a quarterback, playing on the offensive side. How much do you think that your history being a quarterback, your leadership, how much do you think that kind of played into your recruitment and, enticed coaches to recruit you?
A lot, actually. I mean, pretty much every coach love my defensive film, and they love my offensive film just as much because I play I hit a lot on my offensive film too. And it's good to see someone. It helps a lot when you play quarterback and play DB, and you understand the quarterback a lot more. And especially for Marshall, that was a huge, huge thing because they want the mind of the quarterback, skill set of a corner, and to be able to hit like a linebacker and play safety there. So check off those boxes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you definitely hit all of those points very well. Do you envision yourself doing anything, maybe quarterback wise at Marshall, getting creative at all? I mean, had they thrown that out there for you at all?
They no, not quarterback, but they mentioned. I mean, like if depending on like what a lot of things can happen. I mean, I'm not going to be against if they want to like throw me a screen or whatever, get the ball on offense. But I think mainly I'm going to go there and play defense. But I'm going to do that whatever helps the team, whatever fits me best.
It's a great attitude to have, whatever is going to get that W at the end of the day. But I know that you're also obviously a multi-sport athlete, being a basketball player and playing for your dad, Brad.
Yeah.
How much has that kind of helped you, on the football field, having that mind of, the coach's son, being around that kind of, analytical mind, if you will, and factoring that all in with being a quarterback and then eventually taking that all over to being a defensive back?
A lot. It was definitely very helpful. I mean, just putting in the work as like a little kid, and that was more related to basketball, watch just with the basketball coach, but giving me a workout, get shots up, and that kind of stuff, just help build my work ethic. And he's always wanted me to get better. He played safety too, so he's always saying he was a better safety than I was, so he's just not true, whatever.
Well, who's the better basketball player?
I don't know. He's pretty good, but I think I beat him one on one.
I like the confidence, my friend. I like the confidence. At what point did you decide to fully go in on football? I mean, had you at all thought about maybe doing basketball and football or just basketball in college?
Um, yeah, I didn't really know what I was going to do there for a little bit. Growing up, I always thought I was going to be a basketball player, and then I kind of just really started to fall in love seriously with football. There's a point, and like now, it's whatever season I'm in is what I love the most, And now football's definitely coming over the top for me a little bit, just because it's kind of my sport now, but I still love them both.
Yeah, well, you've definitely made a very good decision, my friend. And obviously, you'll get to watch great basketball at Marshall. I know they've got a great program there. So, the game of basketball won't be out of your life completely. But I want to get back to kind of the here and now. Your upcoming season, obviously, at Greater Latrobe, I think there's a lot of anticipation because there's a lot of success over the last 2 years and a recent kind of resurgence in the program at Greater Latrobe. What do you think this team is capable of accomplishing this year? And just for you individually, being a part of this improvement of the program, what has that been like, just seeing that year after year?
It's been great to be a part of it. I mean, the whole way up, my group, like the senior class coming up right now, the group that we've been a part of is just we've won a lot. We've been great friends and been really good competitors and everything like that. And with the new coaching staff coming in and how their approach to the defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball, and just a winning attitude, no BS kind of stuff it's really awesome. It's a great program to play for.
And it's been very obvious to see on the field. I mean, again, going back to last year, you guys had an incredible season, and that kind of continues, on to this year, obviously with so many of you guys coming back. But John, it's been great to get you on Recruiting Thursday, talk a little bit about Marshall and Greater Latrobe. But before we let you run, I want to hear from you as your time kind of starts to wind down as a Wildcat. What do you hope is, the legacy and just what people will remember about you when your time at Greater Latrobe is over?
Um, Talk about 2025 team instead of the 86 team.
Perfect. Well, hey, short and sweet to the point, my friend. I love it. Thanks so much again for stopping by. And again, congratulations on your recent commitment.
I appreciate it.
That's Marshall football commit John Wetzel. As always, thanks so much for joining us for another Recruiting Thursday feature brought to you by our friends at Sendell Volkswagen in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. Make sure you check out our other Recruiting Thursday features that are available on our YouTube channel. And as always, this is Jack Ridenour signing off, never saying a goodbye, simply a see you later, right here and only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.